Welcome to the Pump Rules Podcast, the show where cast and connoisseurs come to talk all things Vanderpump Rules. Tom Sandoval, Jax Taylor, welcome back to the couch.
Thanks, Craig.
Well, thanks for having me last minute. I feel like I'm crashing the party right now.
Well, that's the joy.
Like, hey, Craig, what are you doing? He's like, hey, well, I'm actually having Tom over here doing a podcast. I'm like, well, all right, I'll come up.
You want to check out this cool show that's on? You might like it.
You're on it.
Yes, we watched episode 3 of your show, and this is where things start to get a little tense.
Yeah,
Yes,
a little bit.
A little bit.
A lot of pressure on marriage. I feel like that's going to be an ongoing thing for this show. Is it a spoiler for you to? Is my ESP?
Is his radar locked and accurate on that, or is he?
I mean, of course, it's talked about a lot.
What's farm life like?
I liked it. I had a good time. I really did. I don't know if I could do it for a living.
Yeah.
But the time I was there doing it, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all.
It seemed pretty fun.
She had a lot of animals there. You know, to be honest, I didn't mind shoveling the horse shit. It was a lot better than working at Sir. I'll tell you that.
Well, you said on the show that you'd rather shovel some shit than muddle a drink at Sir, and I was just curious. From what I hear, you don't do too much muddling. Vodka cranberries don't have a lot of muddling. No. Right.
No.
As we always say, Jax makes the best vodka cranberries.
There should be like a speed line for me. Like you know how you have a speed line?
Yeah, the express checkout.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Like, you know how 10 items or less kind of line for me.
You want to get bombed, boom, go right to you.
Yeah. That would actually be a good idea.
Would that take the pressure off you a little bit, Tom?
Maybe you should think about that for Tom and Tom.
Yeah, no, we've actually have thought of that.
It's a great idea.
You could call it the Jax line.
Yeah. It's like no more than 2 ingredients and 1 garnish.
And 30 seconds max.
Because it's like you got people that are waiting behind people that are like, so you have a group of people that come up that want like a Sir Cosmo, a Strawberrini, a Mojito, Pumptini, all that stuff. And then, you got people waiting for that person that literally just want a vodka soda or a whiskey on the rocks.
Mm-hmm. And that's fine during the day. Yeah. But when when it's 1 o'clock in the morning and it's turning into a club, people asking for like mojitos and strawberries at 1:30 in the morning, right? It's like a boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
That's why I get frustrated.
You can barely hear, and also there's already a crush of people anyway. It's very hard to navigate through that room when the music's playing.
There's good drink etiquette too. If you're with a group of people and you come up to order drinks, you should know what everybody wants before you get to the front and you get the bartender's attention. You don't say like, hey, okay, so I'm going to do... I guess I'll do a Chardonnay. Wait, what do you want? Oh, what do you guys got? Oh, dude, it slows everything down.
How common is that people have no idea what they want?
All the time. They'll come to the bar and they'll be like,
I gotta say it's not
almost the standard.
Not to be sexist, but it's definitely more girls than guys.
It's $15, $20. They're like, and then they'll be like, oh, we got to pay. Then they'll have to reach into their pocket. Yeah. Like we're going to give it away for free.
So they still get sticker shock? Like they're still not prepped for the idea?
No, they don't get sticker shock. They just like, guys come up, again, not to be sexist, but it's true. This is what I've seen many times. Like the guys come up, they have their card out in their hand. The girls come up and they don't know what they want and they have to ask their friends. And then you start making the drinks and then, you could easily make 2 or 3 at once.
Sure.
And they're like, I'll take a Sir Cosmo. And then you start making it.
She'll be like, you know what?
And then after you make it, you'll be like, oh, she wants one too. And then after you make that one, they'll be like, oh, you know what? I think I'll have one of those too. It's like 3 of them, dude.
How
long would it take, you say, to make a Strawberrini?
A Strawberrini will take... 35 minutes? No. It takes a good 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. So it's
but 2 solid minutes, yeah.
2 solid minutes at times. Maybe a minute. I don't know. It just depends. What the how everything is organized, because sometimes things get unorganized, especially when you got 2 bartenders on a well. It's sometimes like Jax is using a shaker, so like or 2 shakers, and then like I'm waiting for a shaker or whatever. But yeah, so you imagine it's like 2 minutes, 1 minute and some change for this drink, 1 minute and some change for this drink, 1 minute and some change for this drink. Then it all of a sudden 1 drink order, then they want to close out. So that whole drink order could take 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time
for
one group of people.
Yeah, especially when you got a line of people behind, and then, as you said, when it's the dance night. How common is it where people are just closing out after every drink order, including when they order 5 at once?
It's very common because they don't want to forget their card, and so there are a lot of times people order a beer, close out, order a beer, close out, and it's frustrating that we don't have a drink minimum at Sir. Yeah. Like we don't have a
card limit or
exactly.
Right, yeah.
No, most people at least have a $25 to $50 limit.
Yeah,
which we should have a $25 limit at least.
Right,
but we don't, and it's annoying, and it's a whole lot of receipts that you have to close out at the end of the night.
And now, what's the percentage of people that do leave their card? And then what happens? How is that dealt with by the bar staff?
We put it in a cup, and then it ends up going into the office, and they can come back and get it. But it's funny. I'm like, the bartenders always make fun of me because I'm always like yelling out people's card names at the end of the night.
Is there a Gene Laguanagowitz? You have a Walt Disney Visa card, Gene Laguanagowitz.
Mohammed Shavasasine.
You have a Visa Chase Rewards Plus Platinum.
Now, what do you do with the tip and everything for that bill?
You just close it out. You don't add anything on.
Okay, so that's great for everyone then. That's a lot of fun.
Exactly, right? But they're the ones that have to come back to Sir and try to, get their card back. So,
and drink prices were a topic in the new episode because you bought a whole round of bottle service for everyone at the party.
$150 for a bottle. That's great.
Oh, in this episode, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I liked it because how cheap was that? $150.
And how much is it around here in LA?
A lot of times when you get a bottle out here, it's usually like 4 something to 5 something.
Really?
And it's usually a 2 bottle minimum. Sometimes it's a 3 bottle minimum.
Really?
Depends, like if the place is new, it's small, it's exclusive.
Sure. Yeah.
They'll do 3 bottle minimums.
Yeah,
and then they automatically charge you 20%.
They were like they're like $150. I'm like, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Get 12 of them. Take some for home.
Thank you.
That's like 7 drinks out here.
Is it top shelf?
That was Tito's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
whatever
right.
you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Well, when it comes to vodka, I mean, they're all very, very similar. Vodka is one of those spirits where it's just like, it's a clean spirit. What makes the difference between a premium and an ultra premium is usually the packaging and the water that they use. Not how many times it's distilled. You have some ultra premium vodkas that are only distilled 3 times. You have some ultra premium vodkas that are distilled 7 times. I've done vodka tasting. Because I used to be the gatekeeper at Villa Blanca when it came, it would always be these girls in like sundresses with their boobs hanging out in Villa Blanca, coming in like wanting me to taste test their vodka, and I would always do a blind taste test with them, and I would always do it like with no ice, because cold will dull the senses.
Sure.
So,
but then again, people aren't really used to drinking.
They never
warm.
got their own vodka right. That's for sure. I was like, I want you to tell me which one's your vodka and which one's like the best. Sometimes I would do 3 vodkas. Sometimes I would do 4. Not a single one of them out of like, I don't even know, probably 20 different people that came in. None of them ever got their own vodka right.
That's really a good thing for a brand ambassador to not know your own.
Well, it's vodka. It's like, does it really, at the end of the day, does it really matter? Like people are like, oh, I drink Grey Goose because it doesn't give me a hangover like other vodkas. It's like, no. Alcohol is alcohol. It's poison going into your system. Your body has to like, break that down, and your
organs are
kidneys,
doing a lot of shit to make this happen.
Exactly.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree. Another reason I think I went to Tito's is because they had this gluten. I was always, before that Tito's thing came out, I was always like, yeah, whatever, dude, it doesn't matter. But then they had the Tito's come out.
Yeah.
And then it was like, it's gluten free. So then I was like, okay, I'll try that.
Right, it's kind of like I like Smart Water a
like
lot.
If you're gonna drink,
and I'm not sure if it's really that much better, but I like it.
I have noticed you've been a lot smarter lately.
Yeah,
so.
see, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So it's working. I'm glad that my efforts have not been in vain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're definitely a lot sharper.
There is a difference, though, between some of the squeezy bottle vodkas on the
course.
bottom shelf.
Squeezy bottle vodkas. What are you talking about?
Like pop-offs.
Oh, yeah. That's my dad.
Yeah, there is a difference. There is a difference. But again, like, is when you're mixed. Yes, there is a difference for sure. Some of them are less pure than others, but some's
fucking jet fuel. Let's be honest.
No, absolutely. Someone's just paint peeler.
Yeah.
But once you get above that threshold, you're pretty much safe.
My dad loves that shit. That plastic bottle for like $6.99.
Dude, Absolute is. I hate to talk shit about vodka, but
Absolute,
they're not good.
He's right. But Absolute, when I was younger, used to be the
premium.
Was the premium.
Absolutely.
So 1997, 96, like Absolute was like, that was the vodka.
Yeah, and Stoli in the 70s was seen as the ultimate in sophistication, whereas now it's not, bottom of the barrel, but it's not really looked at in any kind of premium way, even though it still is.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, it's definitely a premium vodka. They had Absolute in James Bond movie. I remember seeing Sean Connery open up that.
Stassi's dad tried to recreate the whole picture of that. He had a Stoli bottle.
In like with that lock.
I was going to say this before you brought
with
that
the
up.
martini glasses in it and stuff.
Yeah. I saw the picture.
And the party that you guys were at with the bottle service, I think it's funny that much like Avalon, there's a club named Avalon in every major city. There's also apparently a bar named Sky Bar everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. And you said earlier, Tom, that reminded you
of
of
the
a place
Mondrian group.
That'd be great if they
Ian
just
Schrager, I think.
Ian Schrager infiltrating Kentucky
Yeah.
with different fonts, very under the radar. You were saying that, Tom, that it reminded you of a place in St. Louis.
Oh yeah, it reminded me of this place. I think it's Bar Louie off Washington that I've been to numerous times. But yeah, it totally did. At one point, as it kind of panned out, it looked different, but it really reminded me of this place in St. Louis. That town does remind me, like when you were in the city, it reminds me of St. Louis a little bit.
In Lexington, yeah, that was where the.
There's some cool spots in St. Louis.
I'm sure they have Wi-Fi down there, right? Though you said
it was fun.
You said they had dial-up.
Yeah, you said they had dial-up in the interview. Yeah,
we just had to drive a little bit to get there.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, you had some other interesting experiences, right? Because you went with Zach to the biggest gay club in the state, I think, one time, and you were talking. It's like in the meatpacking district.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it. Do you remember the name?
Actually, you know what? It's called Play.
Yeah, it was. We had a lot of fun. Actually, I love that place.
Yeah,
it was in a.
Like a warehouse or something.
No, it was surrounded by meatpacking. Like it was in a.
Is there like a big port there or something?
No, I don't.
Why do they call it meatpacking?
You know what? It's the biggest gay scene that I've ever seen, and I've been to San Francisco. I've been to New York. I've been L.A. Miami. I've never seen a club this big.
Yeah,
I know. We were supposed to go there when we.
I was going to do a shirtless
derby.
Yeah, we were. I was going to do a shirtless pole dancing scene there, but I bailed.
Oh, that's too bad.
You bailed.
It was Zach's birthday.
You got to give 110%, Jax. Come on, man.
I got on stage. I ended up winning.
What'd you win?
I think they just picked me because everyone knew who I was. But everyone else took off their shirts. I was just like, hey.
Did you go the extra mile?
I didn't go the extra mile. Not that night.
How many times have you guys gone to the Derby?
Twice. 2. I love the whole dressing up aspect. I like the whole
I'm
vibe
shocked.
of it.
I'm glad I'm sitting down for that because that is throwing me.
Yeah, right? It's like the only time of the year I smoke cigars.
Do you like cigars?
Not really, no.
But you know what? It's part of the look. And when it's part of the look, you got to do it.
I do. I smoke cigars. Fun. I drink some mint juleps. Definitely some whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh, Bloody Marys at the Derby are amazing.
The Brown Sable Brown parties is the best thing of that whole.
It's so fun.
Oh, man.
You guys met some cool people there this year, right?
Oh, everybody.
Yeah.
Including the Red Rocker. Yeah.
Sammy Hagar, dude. Dude, I was really excited to meet Sammy
Travis
Hagar.
Tritt, Kid Rock.
Yeah, we met Kid Rock.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Ran into Richie Sambora.
Really?
I always run into him every year there.
And all their wives, they know our show. Like they
sure, of course.
Watch it. So
yeah.
They were so nice.
I'm like, hey, Richie, remember I was in your video? I did stunts.
Which video were you in?
So I was in Bon Jovi's videos, All About Loving You and Misunderstood.
You were in 2 of them. Wow,
two
that's
of them.
great.
Yeah, I was basically like Alicia Silverstone. Like what she was for Aerosmith,
Sure.
I was for Bon Jovi for that Bounce album.
Yeah, okay.
Album was called Bounce, and it was crazy, man. This was back when people spent like $1 million on a freaking video.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I mean, the budget for this video was insane. They closed down Bleecker Street. They lowered me down in a parachute harness. They had tons of locations, like this whole bank. We had the most expensive condo in New York. Or either it was most expensive or second most expensive.
Even if it's like the 15th most expensive place in New York, that's expensive.
Insanely huge.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. I mean, it was nuts.
So those 2 videos were shot how far apart?
They were shot like 3 months apart.
Oh, cool. Well, we're going to have to check those out and post some clips.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's great. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was during my long shaggy hair days. My 70s rock look.
I saw some of those pictures of that era, of that look in Jax's scrapbook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, what year is that from?
That's like 03.
03.
Okay.
I have it labeled Miami 03.
This segment brought to you by Girls Can Be Broken, Girls Are Weak. The new relationship how-to handbook from Dr. Jax Taylor. Hot on the heels of Taylor's self-empowerment Bible, I Hate You More Than Life, Girls Can Be Broken, Girls Are Weak teaches you how to lower the expectations of your lovers and live the life of your dreams, couchy style. Girls Can Be Broken, Girls Are Weak. Available in paperback at all fine Chevron stations.
I got to know what it's like to be completely surrounded, not just by family, but your significant other's family. Even if it was your own family, it would be a lot. But to be on a compound is a lot.
You're right. I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I had
They're
a
lovely
great time.
people and everything. Yeah,
her family was great. The marriage thing.
I love Mamaw.
She's great.
Mama's
She
amazing.
needs her own show.
Amazing.
She's so funny. She's amazing.
No offense, she's
love
my
her.
favorite character on the. She's my favorite person on the show.
I think she's like
No
everyone's
offense.
favorite.
Besides
She
you,
is.
of course.
No, she's everyone's favorite. I get her. I have to. I'm sorry, I've been drinking. I have to.
It happens
her
on the show.
Her
It's
own
okay.
social media. We have to like set her up with like a
Mamaw,
Twitter.
dude.
Mamaw.
let's do it. Full Instagram, everything.
We have to.
I think the first shot should be her in the boots. I was really taken that she liked your boots to the point that she got
I went
her
to
own.
the.
Some sick boots,
It's
bro.
called Rural Barn.
Rural Barn.
Yeah.
Rural's hard to say. It is.
When
There
you're
was a gag
drinking,
on
it
30
is.
Rock about someone being in a movie called Rural Juror, and
my
it was
God.
impossible to
That's
say.
So I went there and I got these boots. Right. I was looking for some cowboy boots.
Yeah.
And those just like stood out. So I bought me a pair and I bought her a pair. I thought it was like a good let's.
That's a very
Cute.
sweet little gesture.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Some
And also,
sick American flag boots.
and you got her dancing on the dance floor, which Brittany said she'd never seen before.
She's never danced. She's like, I've never danced since my
What?
husband passed away. Her
Wow.
husband just passed away. After, I can't remember how many years.
Oh, I thought you said Brittany. I'm sorry,
No,
Mamaw.
her Mama's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mama's. Her husband just passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first time she's danced in a long, long time, and it was a lot of fun. And it was just, I'm so happy that I made her happy.
Sure, yeah, and you very clearly did, and Brittany was really touched
Jax
by that.
was like, hit it, DJ. And he's like, I want to get freaky with you. Oh.
I think they were actually dancing to Touch in Public, but the trouble is they couldn't get the rights because
We should have got Touch in Public.
yeah,
You
yeah.
shut up. Dude, I would have, you know what? Honestly, I would have loved to come do like a fucking cameo on that show. I'm mad.
I wish you guys could have. I really do.
I mean, you know, fuck Evolution paying me. I don't need that. I would have literally just come and like done it.
A little surprise.
Yeah, I
pop
would have
up.
just like been like, yo, I'm gonna come say what's up, man. I'm gonna come to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
you
I
guys,
would have
you
loved
guys would have
it.
loved it. You really
We would
would
have bought
have.
matching shit kicking hats. By the way, I liked your shit kicking hat, dude.
Yeah, I liked your shit kicking hat, and I liked your cheese hat.
The hat was
It's a nice hat.
Grandma's husband's hat.
Oh,
and
really?
the
What?
overalls too. I wore Brittany's grandfather's outfit.
Oh wow, okay.
Dude, that hat that you were wearing, that's
I
like
wore
a
it backwards.
That was like no,
one night.
the light cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying you wore it backwards?
Somebody called me out on it. They're like, "You're wearing that cowboy hat backwards." And I was like, "Oh,
Even I know the right way to wear a cowboy hat.
I don't think I ever thought of that before.
No, there's.
I
I
would
would
I
have
mean, it
never.
makes
Someone
sense,
called
right?
me out
It's a
on like
certain-
social media and said, "You're wearing the cowboy hat backwards."
You could see because it kind of slopes up in the front.
Okay, yeah,
Right?
no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
the times I was wearing it backwards.
Well, you know, your first time at the rodeo, as it were.
Dude, that hat was probably like a $200 hat. I could tell. It's a nice hat.
The fact that they let me wear his clothes, that was just like an honor. That was very
Sure.
nice.
Yeah.
It's his farm, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Well, to not to switch gears, but to switch gears a little bit, I gotta say one thing I remember. We actually, you know, I watched episode 2 earlier because I hadn't caught up yet. But dude, I got like secondhand major uncomfortableness when you were sitting down with Brittany's dad and talking about how Brittany's like lost her spark.
Lost her Britney spark.
Like she's like overeating and like, dude,
You're saying overeating a little bit. That's too harsh.
that's what you said.
That's the thing.
What I meant by that was I just felt like she was just very sad. Like she was just, you know,
like
I felt
eating
like,
her feelings. I
mean,
eat my
a little
feelings
bit, but
sometimes.
I feel like she was just very sad.
tasty.
Like she was on the couch a lot. Like she was like, you know, over like sleeping in, eating. I'm like, and I just want to know, like, what do I have to do, like, to make you, you know, be happy again? You know,
I've definitely never done that before.
what?
I'm kidding. Been sleeped in and like postmated 3 meals in one day.
No, you know,
Definitely
you-
never done that.
No, I don't even know what that
I wanted
means.
her
What
to
the-
get back to her normal self, and I felt like she was a little bit homesick at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to like fix it. I'm like, what do I have to do to get that? You know,
Saying
that's-
somebody, I'm just giving you a little
Don't give
friendly
me advice.
advice.
I didn't say anything. All I said was she was sleeping in.
You said spark. She's lost her spark.
Showing signs of depression.
No. I don't. I'm not going to take that back. The spark. I won't take that back. That was true. That's true. Like, when I first met her, it was great. You know, and then, but you know, during the relationship, she lost a little bit of her spark. So I'm like, how do I get that back? So what I did was I asked her mother and her father, like, what do I have to do? Like, what can I make? How do I make this better? What do I have to do? So I went through her friends, then I went through her parents. How do I make this better? Like, what do I have to do?
And but it seemed like the reaction wasn't the one that you expected. It seemed like they were taking it in one way, So if you meant it that way, they seem to take it as sort of an affront.
Words are not necessarily your strong suit. I feel like when you're talking about these things, Jax, no offense.
No, you're right.
Like, usually when somebody says spark, you would refer to you guys together. Like, I feel like our relationship has lost that spark, which happens, like, obviously, I don't, like, obviously I'm very much in love with Ariana. I'm, like, so stoked to be with her. But, like, I'm not, like, ooh, she texted me back. You know what I mean?
Like, that's not true. Earlier, you were all aflutter when she texted you back. But
yeah, I know, right? Well, I do sometimes. But I'm just saying, it's one of those things where when you're with somebody, it's like that excitement kind of goes a little bit. And obviously, when you're in a relationship, both people get comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, you start farting around each other.
The excitement and novelty kind of wears off.
You start peeing with the door open. And
I did that on the second date.
And in Jax's case, you start shitting with the door open.
Exactly, yeah. How long into the relationship was the pooping with the door open? Was that
like the third date?
Okay,
oh my God.
No, not really, but yes.
No, not really, but yes.
I don't know how long, but it was.
I think no, not really, but yes would be another entry in your country music catalog. You have some new songs that you've been coming up with on the show.
But yes.
Yeah, not no, but really yes. Yeah, because Farmer Jax is coming. Farmer Jax is here to stay. I think
very true.
It's
Farmer Jax is coming. Farmer Jax is here to stay. I'm going to be here, kicking the door, make my presence made. Farmer Jax is here, got my vodka in hand. I know it's a dry farm, but I'm gonna do a drinking if I can.
See, I should have had him there for that.
Yeah,
my song was not. Good
I think
at
for
all.
the tie-in EP, we still have time to make the tie-in EP.
Were they like you can't drink? Or were they more just like no liquor on the farm?
No liquor on the farm.
Okay.
Because that was her papa's rule.
Did he have an issue?
Well, he never drank. He just doesn't like alcohol, and that was the deal. So Brittany's friends, I didn't do anything. I did not do one thing. Brittany's friends may have brought the alcohol,
and you
on
probably
the farm.
felt a little bad, so you gave them some money for it.
Very true.
They're all moms here, and you just want to make sure that they're doing
I
well.
just want to make sure that they need some money to get back home so they don't run out of gas.
Of course. You're very conscientious in that way. Yes. Yeah. You're very caring. You want to look out for them. Plus, they were buying Tito's, which, as we discussed earlier, is a premium vodka.
Yeah. Just happens to be Jax's favorite.
I know. The coincidence. Isn't that nutty?
The coincidence
it's so crazy.
Is crazy.
It's crazy.
Well, there's only like 5 different vodkas out there anyway. So.
Well, that's true.
Just
the
me.
thing.
It's a 1 out of 5 chance.
We collaborated together.
I'm sure you did. I'm just busting your balls.
And
dude.
I don't think it's the first time Brittany had booze sneaked onto the farm. It just seemed that way.
Let's be real. Definitely not.
No, she took a car and drove it into her house when she was younger.
She did?
You don't know the story? Oh.
I think I've heard something about this, actually.
She drove her car. I think she stole her parents. I don't know the whole story about this. But she took her car and drove it into her parents' house.
Which room? Do you know what room it was?
Like out of anger or mistake?
I think mistake because she was drunk.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
No, not out of anger. No.
No,
She was
not
drunk.
out of anger.
And she drove it into the house.
Wow.
Dude.
So I know for a fact.
I know 2 people that have done
alcohol.
that.
Really?
Yes.
How bad was the other story?
Okay, so my friend Doug took his grandpa's. His grandpa had moved in to his parents' house, so he was 15. He couldn't figure out how to get the seat back, and it was an old Chevy Malibu. It was light blue on dark blue, really ugly car, but the thing's built like a fucking tank. It's like 70s, early 80s car. Anyways, and it has this bent sheet, and he couldn't figure out how to get it back. And his sister was driving it because she had just turned 16. And so he's like all up on the steering wheel because she's like so tiny and it's way low and like almost like crushing his leg. So he like takes our subdivision came into a straight line. Then when you got to the back of it, it did this whole circle. And there was a street that ran through it. So he kept taking it around the circle. Like it was a giant street that went in a huge circle. Okay?
Yeah. So he's building up momentum. Yeah.
Going down, he keeps going faster. Yeah. And then he like just goes right into this fucking house, dude. And it was a split level. And he literally kind of went up on the stairs of the split level.
Yeah.
And then he literally goes and just like puts the car in reverse, backs out, and like goes home. And then they came and they're just like, knocked on the door. And then it was funny because the people like, they had a good sense of humor about it because they put no through traffic on the plywood that was like covering their living room.
It's good to have a sense of humor about that.
Their front door, yeah, it was pretty funny.
Jax, have you ever had a drunk driving mishap?
Yeah, I've had a few.
Not like that though.
I mean, what do you mean? Oh, mishap?
Yeah, just
meaning
like
go to jail?
No, just like do tell.
Well, I mean, everybody knows I've had 2 DUIs.
Right. But what about driving a car into something?
Oh, no. Never had that. No.
Tom?
No,
No, same here. Sadly, none of us have that. It's a shame.
Yeah, and now that Uber's around, it's probably never going to happen.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to achieve that now.
Yeah.
You have to really try for it.
Yeah, you got to really...
You know, Billy Joel did a pretty good job of that. He drove into 2 houses within like 2 months of each other a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Couple years ago?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, not long ago. Like, that's between 5 and 10 years ago.
How old is Billy Joel now?
Too old to be driving into people's houses.
How old is he, though?
60s, in his 60s somewhere.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of drinks, do you need a refill?
Maybe.
Okay, let's just do a quick refill break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now, a special message about Pump Rules Podcast Patreon page. Pump Rules Podcast now has a Patreon, and it's live. But the pledges and rewards don't kick in until November, when the main event of Vanderpump Rules Season 6 airs, and we're back to our usual overabundance of material. Since Jax and Brittany Take Kentucky is a limited-run half-hour series, there simply isn't enough stuff to talk about to justify a legitimate bonus episode in addition to the regular episodes. For instance, this episode that you're listening to is under 40 minutes long, which is never the case with a standard episode during the regular season. But this season of Vanderpump Rules, there's going to be more than enough to talk about, and usually I end up cutting at least an hour from the discussions that we have for the podcast. So, if you want to hear what that bonus content is, go to our Patreon page, check out the options, and see which one works for you. Again, that's patreon.com/Pump Rules. Thanks for your continued support, and we look forward to your money.
What happened with this fundraiser? Did they really raise?
I had to match that, by the way.
Dude.
You watched that, right? You saw
Yeah.
that?
11.
I thought it was going to be like,
grand?
I thought the most they would make would be like $3,000.
How many people were there?
I mean, a lot, but...
Like how many? Like when you say a lot, 50?
I mean, I would have to give a good solid 45 to 50 people.
Dude.
That's a lot for... Yeah.
$10,000 for 45,
I think
50 people?
People were very generous.
Dude, that's insane. That's insanely good. Dude, I would have thought the same thing. I would have thought, dude, when you get 40, 50 people together, I'm not talking about 40 or 50 of fucking Lisa Vanderpump's friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking 40, 50 of like...
Of regular people.
Regular Joes, like, you know...
I know, you're right.
I would expect, dude, $5,000. I mean, dude, we had...
That's what we thought.
What did we have for my birthday party? Remember my fundraiser?
Yeah.
I had, and this is L.A. too. This isn't Kentucky.
Right.
You know, like, this is L.A. where you buy a bottle of vodka and it's $400 to $500 at a club.
And there's a 3-bottle minimum.
Where it's, this is Kentucky where a bottle is $100. So your money goes way further. So, you know, $100 here is a lot different than $100 there. So, you know, even here in L.A. when I had my fundraiser, you know, I think it was, I think we raised roughly like
$8,000 or something.
Yeah, we raised $8,000, but
Yeah.
I gave like at least 3 of that.
Yeah.
I think. I can't remember.
And
I think it
was-
was like 3 of that or something.
Was there about 100 people there, I feel like?
I would say maybe like,
75?
I don't think there was that many.
Really?
I think there was like 50 or 60 max.
Yeah.
But that's, again.
Well, you know, one big difference, too, is I feel like the fundraiser was also set up in a way where all the family members and friends really wanted to contribute. But to have the structure of a fundraiser sort of takes away the feeling of the people who are getting the money, that it's like a charity, like they're giving the money, just giving the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was a party. It was an event. There's food, dancing. There's gifts. They all knew the family too. It's a very small town. So
tell us a little more
knew.
about Wes. Wes owns
Wes owns a sign company, and it's a very small town. So the whole town knows the whole family.
Right.
So the whole town pretty much showed up. Everyone's so nice and charitable. Everybody just wanted to donate, and everyone's so happy.
I guess too. It probably
they all know Wes and his wife and how hard they've been trying to have a baby.
Exactly.
So you know.
It probably has something to do with too. Yes, there is a silent auction that always helps. Also, I bet it has a lot to do with the fact that you're donating to a person standing right in front of you. You know that money is going straight to them trying to have a baby,
and you care about these people.
Yeah, you know them personally.
Yeah.
What I did, it's like the kids in Haiti, the school. You know, it's not like the kids are sitting right in front of us.
Right.
You know, it's a little bit different. But which, by the way, your car got denied there. It was funny. Just messing with you, dude. Trust me.
That's the second time.
This is the reason why I carry around
third time on camera, like 25 times.
Dude, you know what? I used to have the same issue, actually, just as much as you. I actually started carrying around 2 debit cards because of it. And now I carry around 3, actually. But the reason why they do that, I realized, is I'm like, why does my card keep getting denied? It's when you have too much money in your checking account. When you have too much money in your checking account.
Or you lose your credit card as much as I do. I've lost my card 25 times 1 year. And then you're red flagged because you're constant.
You're
So anytime there's more than, like, say, 3 transactions of a certain amount per transaction, they just shut it down.
Yeah.
You could do a great credit card ad. Be like, when you lose your credit card as often
much as
I
me?
do. Yeah.
When I used to go get credit cards, they'd be like, you lost your card like 4 times this month.
Dude, do you have the app?
No. Oh, the Bank of America app?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, because a lot of times you can fix that on the app. So, yeah, dude, that was awesome, by the way. That was really cool of you to do that. And how are they doing?
She's pregnant, and she has a little girl on the way.
No way.
Yeah. It worked. She's pretty far along. And I know the baby's going to be named Tatum.
Are you sure you want to say that? Did they announce that yet? Did they announce that on Facebook yet or anything?
I think it's on something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll announce it. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to, because sometimes people are weird about, like...
Oh, it doesn't...
We can always check, too, so...
Yeah.
If
it's
that's
fine.
a thing,
it's not like a...
secret thing or anything.
It's not secret.
Cool. Well, congratulations, Wes and Militia.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Did you ever find out where she got the name Militia?
No.
I'm not familiar with that name.
I'm not either.
I've battled the militia before. back in the Civil War, in the Revolutionary War. The Revolutionary War, I actually fought for the militia.
You've been around.
I've been around for a while. You ever seen the movie 12 Monkeys?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your story?
Yeah. Bruce Willis is loosely based off of my actual story.
And all the time we've known you, and that's only come out now. And I think that's a testament to you.
Well, I've had 2 beers. So.
That's what it is. Yeah, the little bit of truth serum.
2? That's it?
No, I'm lying. I've had 3 or 4.
That being said, it's club time.
Yeah, and as the song at the end of the episode said, time is running out.
Yes!
Time is running out.
Dude, that song. That song, not my favorite Muse song to sing on karaoke, but a different Time is Running Out. Time is running out. How did it go?
It's just like, time is running out. It's running out. Time is running out. Some other great fake songs.
Such literal music on Vanderpump Rules shows these days.
It's next level.
Watching Tom and Katie go and get their, like, fucking go to the prenup thing, and they're, like, walking in the door, and it's like, we'll last forever. And then, like, fucking dude, when they're, like, hanging out with it's like Stassi, Katie, Kristen, whatever, and they're like, it's like popping bottles with my girls, hanging out with my girls, maybe grab a bottle, maybe 2, I don't know, we might split the check. It's like, dude, it's like so ridiculous.
There's a couple other amazing songs in the previous episodes, including We're Not in LA Anymore.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't have one about snakes and condoms, because I think that,
Dude.
I mean, there's already a chance.
2 things we don't fuck with.
That's right.
Snakes and condoms.
2 things we don't fuck with. Oh my God, dude.
So what were you going to say before, Jax?
I wasn't going to say anything. Say thanks. I'm signing off because I'm going to the club.
You're going out tonight?
I am.
Yeah?
Join me. Let's go have a drink and let's go.
I know you just got back from Vegas. I definitely had some major FOMO. I was back in St. Louis.
You didn't miss much. It's fine.
You want to give us a quick update on the Vegas trip before you go?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I was the babysitter.
Really? Now, who were you babysitting?
Well, the people that I went with.
Well, I know, but I don't know if the listeners know.
Schwartz and Jesus.
Schwartz is, I babysit Schwartz a lot.
I mean, I never thought that was going to happen. Trip. I really didn't.
I got to find a damn car, dude. Shit. I car shopped the entire time you guys were gone. Let me tell you how that is. Wow. Dude. I've become a master negotiator. I have.
Gotta negotiate. I got a car in my future, but I don't know which one.
Exactly.
Feeling burnt out, and this should be fun. Oh, anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
On the 3rd episode of the Jax and Brittany Take Kentucky miniseries.
By the way, I can't fucking wait to see when you go to church.
Oh, yeah. I'm dying to see that,
Oh,
too.
my God. Dude, Jax, I got to say, that's probably one of the...
It's the funniest. If they do it the right way, if they
show what
capture how
it,
uncomfortable I was.
I'm gonna be babysitting Jax tonight.
if you see how uncomfortable I was, I mean, this shit it's really intense. Like,
well, there's no escape for you the entire time.
You know what's funny, Jax? Whenever you dress up, it's always cocktail attire. You're going to church, it's always cocktail attire. Dude, you always wear nighttime cocktail attire. Like, you're like, it's funny. I see you in church and you're like, your trendy blue jacket.
Your pocket square.
Your pocket square with your white shirt on. Dude, it's
what else am I supposed to wear? It's church. It's you work a jacket, a shirt. I'm in Kentucky on a farm. What do you want me to wear? Like Dolce & Gabbana? Like,
no, I'm saying you always wear. What I'm saying is you look like you're.
Did you see everyone else in church?
You look like you're dressed for.
They were wearing swag shirts. It looked like.
You look like dude. You look like you're dressed to be like at the most. Prestige LA, like hot spot. Yeah, you look like you're getting ready to go up to the bar and say shaken, not stirred.
That's very true.
It's funny.
But
she's losing her spark. Start trying to think of more songs for you.
She gotta get that spark back.
Gotta get it back.
No, she doesn't. Everything's fine.
No, we're talking about in the show. Just,
Yeah. Just gotta find that spark.
Just gotta get it back.
The All-Spark Transformers. She needs that All-Spark.
Cowboy ride off into the sunset and enjoy your evening.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us.
Hey, it's been a hell of a time. Yeehaw!
Find us on Instagram and Twitter at PumpRulesPod or go to PumpRulesPodcast.com for more information. Email PumpRulesPodcast@gmail.com and follow on Facebook at Facebook.com/PumpRulesPodcast. Thanks for listening and see you next time.